Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a review of the Superfast 1 bus service, which actually starts at Wellington. However, I'm boarding the bus from Bridgwater and going all the way to London Hammersmith. Now, it should be a big double-decker coach. However, the excuses soon came, even before I got on the bus, because instead of the big double-decker bus that they promise literally everywhere, it was this piece of junk. Yeah, not what I expected. However, with my luck, is it really going to be a double-decker at the end of the day? But anyway, this is apparently a VDL Futura 2 bus, or coach. I'm surprised they don't use these buses like this on school trips or hires. But I am surprised that they put it on the Superfast, because it was absolutely terrible, as you'll see later. However, the courier service did come, and yeah, it was alright in the end. But I was hoping for a big double-decker bus, and even on the way back, I didn't get one. But anyway, here I am sitting down, and yeah, here we are going from Bridgwater bus station. Okay, so here we are leaving Bridgwater bus station and heading towards the M5 at junction 23. Now in the video you hear lots of noises. That is basically how rickety the coach was. Now I would expect it to be a bit rickety because we're going on bumpy roads, especially in London and the small towns like Bridgwater. But I really didn't expect it to be as bumpy as what it was. That was a bit disappointing for a start. I'll do the seat review a bit later, as the traffic around Bristol was a nightmare. But anyway, here comes on an announcement about how good the Braid Superfast is supposed to be, and how it wasn't today.
From the West Country to London Hammersmith. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Owen. I'll be your courier this morning. And our driver this morning is David. And between us we hope to make your journey as comfortable as possible. Shortly I'll be passing through the coach to collect and issue tickets. If anyone has any money owing, please have the correct tender available. We do accept payments via cash card. If you're paying by a cheque, please have your cheque noted to Berkshire Limited. I will also have refreshments available during the course of the journey, and I will shortly be popping through and taking orders. So if I could please have your full attention for a couple of moments to assure safety announcement, it'd be greatly appreciated. Above your head you will find individual reading lights and individual ventilation. Your seat to recline, you'll find the button or lever to the side of your seat. This coach is also fitted with free 4G Wi-Fi for those who looking to access social media or emails. However, high data usage is limited. Unfortunately this morning, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologise due to us having a single decker. We do not have any charging ports on the coach, so I do apologise about that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I was hoping there would be USB ports, as you'll find out on the way back there also wasn't
any. If you do require the washroom whilst the vehicle is in motion,
yeah, not good.
Please exercise extreme caution when moving around the vehicle, which is done at your own risk, and please use the handrails provided. Please note, for passenger safety, the toilet should only be used whilst travelling on motorways and not on A-class roads, due to the possibility of sudden and unexpected movements. We'd also ask in the meantime, where possible, you refrain from moving around the vehicle, keeping toilet trips to a minimum. And in likely event of emergency exits on this vehicle are as follows.
Here we are joining the main A38 Bristol Road towards where we'll be getting onto the M5 and heading towards Bristol and eventually London and the west of London. Now, you may be wondering, why wasn't the bus one of those big double-decker superliner buses, like those big luxury white things that you often get on the Berry Superfast? Well, yeah, shortage of buses apparently. I don't believe that for 1 second, as on Tuesday I went round to see what the bus was, and it was an old VDL double-decker bus. But yeah, apparently today, because I was on it, they couldn't do that. But anyway, here we are joining the M5 at Dunball. Now, I thought we'd get a double-decker on the way back, as it'd probably be a bit more busy. And there is also a later bus at 11 o'clock that would probably be a double-decker. But in fact, it's something quite nice and quite different, but still not the iconic double-decker white bus. But anyway, this morning when I was going to school, I saw one of the very Superfast Blackstone Panorama buses. Now that did put me off a little bit. But yeah, it looked like it was having some service or MOTs or whatnot doing to it. But anyway, enjoy the scenery as we head along towards Bristol. For some reason, once again, the man had to check our tickets, even though he had already done that when we were boarding the bus. So that was a bit strange. But anyway, here we are going along the M5 in the Highbridge Western sort of area. Here we are going along this rather nice piece of the M5 motorway. I really like this bit, as it just shows how back in the early 2000s we used to be great at building infrastructure, but now it's all cheap. But anyway, I really like this piece of the motorway. And yeah, and you can actually go along this on a double-decker bus. One of the Badger Line buses direct from Weston to Bristol goes along there, so that's good. But anyway, you get a really nice view across the Avonmouth Bridge of central Bristol. But anyway, soon we'd be stuck in traffic. Get ready for this, boys. As we approach Cribbs Causeway and the M4 at the Almondsbury interchange, the roadworks of the M4 soon started. We were on the M5 still at this point. However, the roadworks on the M4 were intruding on the M5 as well. And as you can see here, it was causing a bit of disruption. And on the M4 at least, it was a massive car park. Can you see what I mean by car park? Literally, it was at a standstill. However, as soon as we went past the M32, we are soon on our way going towards Swindon, Reading and West London. Whilst we're stuck in this awful and horrendous traffic, here's a seat review. Legroom was pretty awful, and I'm a kid, so remember that, as my assistant, who is my grampy, is taller than me, and if you can just about see, his knees were pretty much touching the seat in front. Here's the table, which is actually alright. I thought it was going to be in my lap, but it was fairly clean and nice. Other parts of the bus, especially down the side of the seat, were a bit grubby. However, it was still nice enough to be on a fairly long coach journey, but definitely not Superfast. I didn't test out the recline. I don't think it would have been much anyway. But here we are speeding along the M4, and here is the courier service. Basically, a man with a basket of goodies. It was much better on the way back. Proper cooked food then. But, yeah, this is basically a rip-off of a courier service. But at least it did happen, and there was some goodies if you wanted it. Remember when we set up at Bridgwater, he said although it only had limited data, there was internet. Well, I don't know if it was because of that data stuff, but it didn't even come up as an option on my iPad, let alone not working. So yeah, lots of things they need to sort out on some of these coaches. But yeah, here we are speeding along the M4, picking up a bit of speed now, heading towards Swindon. Here we are going around the main county town of Berkshire, which is Reading. Now, I've never actually been to Reading. I've got off the train here, I've changed trains here, and I've passed through here on the train. And now, at least, I pass through here on a bus, only on the motorway. I've never actually got out here. The only things I know that are here are the Oracle shopping centres and other stuff like that on the high street. But anyway, we wouldn't be passing Reading for long, as we would soon make our way through the heart of Berkshire towards Slough and to the airport.
Wait. 3 minutes. 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 3
we are going underneath the infamous M25 at this horrendous junction. I do quite like the architecture of some of these motorways. However, here it's just layers and layers of concrete. As we headed closer and closer to Hammersmith and the various flyovers, the traffic soon started to build up, and I was starting to think we'd be late. However, the bus was fairly fast and we managed to push our way through, and we did actually arrive a couple minutes early, which is quite good. Luckily in London, or at least for me, there are some things to look at whilst you're stuck in this awful traffic. But if there isn't, then yeah, you may be a bit bored. But anyway, here are some various sights and sounds of the coach and various lovely buildings of London. As much as I love the train, just look at all these awesome views from the flyover of all these buildings. On the left you've got awful concrete brutalist structures, and on the right you've got all these modernist glass futuristic structures. It's just iconic, this Hammersmith flyover and all the buildings surrounding it. Some people may think they're ugly, but I personally think they're a piece of art.
Somewhere.
Here we are now on the outskirts of Hammersmith and fairly close to Hammersmith bus station. We just had to go around the underground stations and around the Broadway shopping centre. And as you can see, we are now at the bus station on the upper level, I believe. We are going to arrive into Bay D. All the Bury Superfast buses, including the other two routes, depart and arrive from Bay D, which is situated just off of the escalators leading down to the Broadway shopping centre. The lifts are situated in the centre of the building.
Well, I said to Andy, I said, the museum of Superfast, and he just yeah, I think it's
Connectivity to the outskirts of London and the central bits of London is really not an issue, as there are many buses departing from Hammersmith bus and coach station. And I saw many buses, especially on the Route 9 to Aldwych. Also, the underground departs from directly underneath the Broadway shopping centre, going towards Acton Town, the airport, and even the city centre. As well as this, there are also underground services across the road that head towards White City and central London via Paddington. Anyway, here I am in the evening at about 6:15, and here goes one of the iconic double-decker white buses. Just to rub it in, the people going back on that route had the iconic double-decker bus. Unfortunately, the people to South Pedersen and Yeovil had our blithering stupid coach. But we'd have something quite a bit different. As you can see here, we had a Van Hall bus. They do have these in the Bury Superfast livery, but instead there's in the not so iconic but very plush and posh, dare I say it, Bury's executive and Bury's exclusive livery. Me and Grampy, instead of being weary travellers, are now posh executives on this coach. Wow.
17 and 18, thank you.
Where are the numbers? Okay, so here are the first looks of the very nice and posh interior. Now, some seats had tables, although ours didn't, did it? But anyway, the seats were very nice and comfy. Unfortunately, there was no table on the back of the seats for some reason, and once again, no USB ports were provided unless they were hid somewhere, which if they are, they need to try and make it a bit easier to find. But anyway, here we are late at night at about 7 o'clock, leaving Hammersmith bus station at Bay D.
no, they have their continuous cruising. They do that each week. They don't have to do that.
Here you go. It's not my day today. Alright.
Oh, yes. Well, that's where, that's...
You've not got a plug in if you want to charge it
That's
out.
where I used to keep...
I should do, but
Yeah, it's daughter, so...
then again, it's not a proper super fast bus, so I don't know. They're supposed to, but
Yes, it's...
then again.
hard to find anywhere to stop. Because it's sort of, yeah, and some of them just ignore the rules.
That's it, we're away.
It is very fun.
Like I said, thank you. Train did he got there? Perhaps the dark up here, isn't it? Compared to being at home.
Anyway, I soon fell asleep as we endured the horrible traffic trying to escape London this time. Anyway, this time it was a full-on courier service with hot food and light refreshments as well as drinks provided because this was 7 o'clock. There's no time to have tea when you get back. Anyway, the legroom was actually fairly decent compared to the train because, let's be honest, this is what we're comparing it to now. Overall, though, the interior is a big no everywhere else, as there are still no USB ports on this luxury coach, and there's no table, oddly. But anyway, thanks for watching, and 38 quid for a child and a senior. It was alright, but it's not 5 stars. It would be if we had the full-on double-decker coach, because all of those things were not there, would be there. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And it's not very fast, though. It is super slow. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. And next time I'll see you, powered by berries. Goodbye.